Good afternoon. Today I'm sharing details regarding a long-term investigation that was initiated due to the December 4th, 2022 shooting at James Weldon Johnson Park in downtown Jacksonville that resulted in bullet strikes to the windows at City Hall. While this investigation began with the shooting near City Hall, it grew into something far-reaching, linking together multiple shootings by rival groups across the city. This investigation is a shining example of how marrying cutting-edge investigative technologies in partnership with the public we serve leads to the successful law enforcement outcomes. This investigation resulted in the arrests of 10 individuals for a variety of felonies. Before I share details pertaining to the arrests, I'm going to show you a portion of surveillance video which captured an aspect of the shooting. This was not an attack on City Hall. This was a shootout between two groups, and all the group-affiliated young men who were arrested during this investigation are within the age ranges of 15 and 17. While these young men are not documented gang members, they are affiliates of rival groups. The two opposing sets of juveniles who were involved in the shooting at the park on December 4th, 2022 will be referred to as Group A and Group B because I don't want to use names. Throughout 2022, Group A terrorized the Sherwood neighborhood with gun violence. Matter of fact, one of the neighborhoods I did one of my very first sheriff's walks in. Good law-abiding citizens and residents of that neighborhood were living in fear daily due to various shootings linked to Group A. The three individuals arrested from Group A were Jeremiah Platts, 6 felony counts; Cornelius Roberson, 3 felony counts; Juwan Thomas, arrested for 3 felony charges. The 4 individuals arrested from Group B were Alvin Johnson for 2 felonies, Joanne Johnson for 2 felonies, and Isaiah Brooks, who was arrested for 2 felonies, Kennard Jennings, who was arrested for 1 felony. The 3 adult men were also arrested during this investigation. Demetrius Jackson, 18 years old, for 1 felony, Tony Brown, 19 years old, for 2 felonies, and Keith Rowe, 28 years old, for 2 felonies. While I can't share details of the investigation because it's an active criminal case pending, I will share that its successful outcomes were the result of both excellent police work and public partnership. Neighborhood citizens who were tired of their community being ravaged by violence at the hands of these individuals provided detectives with critical information that helped both to identify and eventually arrest these individuals. I have spoken repeatedly about the significance of the public and the police partnership. This investigation exemplifies how central this relationship is to successful policing. Additionally, this investigation exemplifies the importance that technology, and specifically the JSO Firearms Lab, plays in today's investigations. Through using forensic firearms and NIBIN, the National Integrated Ballistics Information Network, JSO detectives gathered critical information that linked firearms and firearm components between shooting scenes. These associations helped investigators link crime events, gain critical intelligence, and help build evidence against those who drive gun violence in our community. This almost 8-month investigation drew from multiple areas of JSO and outside the agency to comprehensively utilize resources and talent to identify and arrest persons involved in the City Hall shooting. The U.S. Marshal Service, the ATF, and the school board police aided in the investigation. Additionally, within JSO, officers, detectives, and civilian employees from the following units provided personnel resources and assistance. From our Crime Gun Intelligence Center, our Gang Unit, our JSO Firearms Lab, our Community Problem Response Unit, our Intelligence Unit, Violent Crime Unit, our Homicide Unit, Computer Forensics Unit, the Crime Scene Unit, our SWAT Team, Patrol Division, Crime Analysis Unit, and the Real-Time Crime Center. Throughout this investigation, detectives worked closely with prosecutors at the State Attorney's Office to build these cases against these criminals. 5 residential search warrants were executed over this investigation, and 17 crime guns were located and seized, including 4 specifically used in the City Hall shooting. These are 17 crime guns that no longer will be used in acts of gun violence on the streets of Jacksonville. And I said many times before, and I'll say it again, that the police and the public partnership is at the heart of community policing. This investigation exemplifies the positive outcomes that result when the police and the public work together to stop violent crime. Moreover, the City Hall shooting inquiry shows how utilizing cutting-edge technologies paired with the intelligence and the talent of targeted investigation units, JSO can bring meaningful change to our community. Through this investigation, both groups have been effectively dismantled. The Sherwood neighborhood that was regularly terrorized with gun violence has returned to peace. Citizens in that neighborhood are again living free of violence and thriving. And while this investigation was launched because of the bullet strike in City Hall in December of 2022, its outcomes have proven far-reaching and much more significant. I want to thank the dedicated investigators standing to my right and my left, and many of them sitting in the audience, who committed time and effort to seeing this investigation through these outcomes. Additionally, I want to thank the many private citizens and neighborhood businesses that provided our detectives with information, surveillance video, and intelligence that moved this investigation forward. We are always proud, and I'll repeat, we are always very proud to serve the people of Jacksonville. But it's additionally rewarding when we work side by side with the public that we are honored to serve. Again, I can't comment on pending criminal cases, but I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have at this time. Yes?
So the charges that this group is facing, they're all directly related to the City Hall incident?
Some of them are City Hall and some are incidents connected to the guns.
So could any further charges come to these individuals since you said they had a history of terrorizing that Sherwood area?
That's very possible. I can't speak to details right now, but it's very possible, yes.
Sheriff, what was the beef generically between these Group A and Group B that led to a running gunfight? It's
hard to tell, Dan. Sometimes it's as simply as something as simply as someone saying something to someone else the wrong way, or making a rap video that disses the other group. It really makes no sense, and there's really no reason for it. You see, he's recklessly he dropped the gun, first of all. He ran back to pick it up, and he just recklessly started squeezing off rounds, and there were rounds being returned.
Is the Sherwood area going to see any changes in patrolling now that the terror is over?
Like I said, that was my first walk, was in that area. It's being patrolled like the rest of our city. The folks are very appreciative of what's taking place, and we'll continue to work to make sure they remain safe.
Do we know if Group A and Group B lived in the Sherwood community as well? Or
some of them did, and some of them come from different areas.
Sheriff, this kind of foolish violence is kind of commonplace, has been for years in Jacksonville. So I guess what would be the other message to the community that these kids come from and their mentors and their parents? Because I mean, these are kids that now a lot of them their lives have been thrown away from foolishness. What would be your message to that?
I would ask parents just to pay close attention to what's going on. You can always think that you can always stop or fix an issue when it comes to some of the things that young people do, but I can tell you that this kind of stuff there's zero tolerance for it. I've said it before, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I mean it. And if this doesn't make it clear, we're going to make it clear that this is not something that should happen in Jacksonville. I mean, fortunately, that night we didn't lose a life, but it's ridiculous and it needs to stop.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you.